So good morning and welcome back. A couple of days have passed and it is in fact our last day in the Dordogne now. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm emptying the barns and getting everything set up for the new people who are moving in. I put out a small ad, and lots of people wrote in because I tried to keep the price sort of very reasonable and have a bit of a choice. And in fact, the couple who got in first, who came to visit and have decided to come and live here, they're both very young. They're sort of early mid-20s. But he works as a plasterboarder and a plasterer, so he's going to finish the work inside and paint everything in exchange for the first month's rent, which I think is a good deal for both of us, because it would take me a lot of faffing about and would probably look terrible in the end anyway. See Italy. And he'll just do it quickly, but it saves me, having to do it, and he'll look after other things as well. And he's going to finish what I started in the garden. So the garden is, let me turn my camera around, hang on. The garden is looking better every day as we walk over it and sort of come in, but there's still, this needs to be taken down, and all of this will need to be burnt in autumn. So he's going to do that, or they're going to do that. And he can keep trimming away and get everything set up. So I'm really happy, actually. They're really nice. And it's not that easy, I think, to find places around here for rent. And they sort of hinted that they might be looking at making a baby at some point, which would be perfect for the house and for the village and for the school and everything else. So there we go. I'm a bit sad, but I'm actually really happy that the house will be brought back to life and that people will live in it and the garden will be done, and we'll see how long they stay here for. But oh yes, and I have someone getting rid of this caravan next week who's going to come and chop it up and take it away. And that motoculteur I've given him as well, with the old bits of copper piping, which apparently are worth money these days. So there we go. I just need to tidy everything up and then try and squash what's left into the back of the car. I've given these two chairs that we bought the other day to the new what are they called? Renters. To the new renters. So they can use those, but everything else, my chainsaw and my painter and everything, needs to go back in the car. So we're getting there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I've still got the cellar to do. But look, if you look, there used to be an oven under here very, very long time ago. And that oven is in fact in the wall of the house, because this is added to the house, if you like, this barn. And if you look up, you can see where the chimney was capped off there on the edge. So there is still a good amount of wall in there, but they just capped it there at some point. So yeah, and you can see it's a separate wall. So the barn was added, as was in fact the last room of the house. Maybe we can do a little history tour of the house. So the downstairs bit here, the cellar now, which I'm going to have to turn my light on for, I think. I still have to empty all of this. But if you see, there was a door there. There's something behind that. I'm not going to dig that out. I can turn the light on here. And there's a line here. You can see that line quite clearly. And there was another window here. So this area, and obviously the door here that goes out onto the impasse, onto the dead end bit of road. This was originally lived in. This was the lived in bit of house. And this would have been built somewhere around 1780. And then it was raised first, but not by much, only to there, you see. And then they added this bit here, which is the last bit of that cellar that we saw, and had a window out front and the door. Which is still there. It was originally arched. And then after that, once they added this end bit, they then raised the whole thing by 1 metre and a bit and added these little windows. And that was probably done at the end of the 19th century. And it's all the local stone, which is nice and, you know, light stone. When exactly the barn was built, I don't know. But probably not a long way away. And the barn would have originally had cattle in it, as you can see. By these still completely original wood, and there are even some of the link chains that are here. So yeah, my original plan was to knock through into the house here. And to make a mezzanine and have a big living room here with that doorway that you see from the other side there, but that never got done. So that's the history of the house. This is still soil. On the other side it's a little bit lower, but this, yeah, this is the barn, and this one's almost empty. And I need to go and finish the cellar, and then there are a couple more things inside, but not much. So so there we go. That was a short history of the house. When I bought the house in 2006-ish, it was all plastered in white cement plaster. It wasn't very pretty, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't super pretty. I'll show you what it looked like, because I haven't managed to get it all off the back yet, or in fact even tried to get it all off the back yet. Through the woods there, you see. So that's the white cement render that was all over the back, and I started taking it off around the terrace, and the rest I will probably either do or have someone do. We'll see how time goes and how long these people live here. So there we go. French rental contracts are 3 years, and they can generally be renewed twice. So, well, we'll see how long they want to stay here and how long they do stay here. I'm hoping they stay here quite a long time, and that they turn out to be a great asset for the village, and that, you know, we don't have to have an enormous amount to do with each other. But yeah, I'm happy that it's done, and I'm sad that we're leaving again, and I do love this house, so it's a good thing. It's a much better thing to rent it out, because the worst they can do is kind of leave it messy, or you know, there's nothing, they can't tear it down, you know. There's nothing that's permanent that can be done. It was left empty for 8 years, and the house is still fine, so the house will outlive us all. There we go. So that's the plan. I'm going to keep sweating away and shifting stuff off, and then I'll show you how much I managed to squeeze in the Volvo. And that's pretty much it. There's still stuff here, that stuff that's coming with us, but the cupboards are bare. I'm leaving them the sofa for now until they get their own sofa. That's fine, and then they can throw it away, because it's very old and been stood in the barn forever. Let's look over here. It's a big room when it's empty. this is like a house tour video. So there we go. The ceiling does look a million times better. I think that sort of convinced them that there wasn't too much to do. And I think once it's all painted, it'll look lovely. This first bedroom down here, all done. I might turn the camera around, it might make it easier. So there we go, this is the green room. Let's have a little bit of something there. Not quite sure what that is because there's nothing in the bedroom above. But, I built this little niche many years ago. It's just a bit of wood I had lying around, and I struggled to make this shelf sort of fit, but it does. It's quite a nice little alcove. Used to be a desk here, but yes, that's empty. The loo, obviously nothing much has changed there. In here you can now imagine more what this was set up to do. This was set up to have a washing machine here and a dryer here, and then a shower in this corner, and in fact the sink that is here on this old reclaimed shutter, like that, and this to be like an additional bathroom. But I don't think that'll happen anymore. Still, you never know. All of the pipe work, you just have to go straight through the floor. It's very, very easy. But who knows? Anyway, that's the French call this a buanderie, which is like a utility room. I still need to get rid of that, which was swept together, and then we'll go upstairs. So all of this still needs to be done, but that's what he said he was happy to do. Now I can go and see the emptied and swept rooms. There's the little bedroom, which looks fine. And then the pink room, la chambre rose. And the kids playing in the garden. A little breeze. I love these little windows everywhere. They were a nightmare to fit, but I think they were worth doing. Bathroom, there's still the last couple of things, towels and what have you, but other than that, everything's there. And the master bedroom, which still has all of our sleeping stuff because we'll be leaving very early tomorrow morning. So there we go, this has come unhooked to open it all the way. There we go, push it in, and then it hooks itself back in. So that's fine. See the green oak tree out there? Wonderfully looking tree. And on this side, across into the village. So there we go. That's it. Everything's set up and ready. I'm going to go and get the car in a minute and start desperately trying to squeeze all of our stuff into it. And that's probably going to be one hell of a task because there's all of this and then there's my tools and stuff over here as well. So all of this needs to go in as well. And that is going to be quite a lot for a little Volvo. Ich hab's ja als Witz gemacht. Well, that's it. We're packed up to the gills. It's time to go. So hopefully they'll be happy. Hopefully everything goes well, and we'll see you in Italy in a few hours' time, or many hours' time. Okay, well, here we are in Italy. It's incredibly hot. We got in quite late last night. It was a massive drive. We left at 7:30 and we got here at 6:30 in the evening. So we did stop for lunch for about 45 minutes. And we were quite lucky because there were a lot of traffic jams and accidents in the other direction, but we got through okay. So here we are. It's summer. It's washing, cleaning, catching up because it was more camping in France than here. Just had some lunch. I want to unwind for a little bit, and then we'll head down to town this late afternoon for Medievalis, which is like a medieval festival. So I'll show some of that, but that'll probably now turn up in the next video because I'm going to publish this. So I've had a couple of messages from the people who've moved into the house in France, and they're going to start doing the painting and what have you this weekend. So they're super happy. I'm super happy, and now I need a day off, and then we'll get on here. I've got a couple of little projects that need to be continued, obviously down in the kitchen, and I'm going to install one or two things ready for winter. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for following along that little side quest into France. It was a lovely trip down memory lane, and it was a lovely time actually. But I'm just super happy that someone's in there now, and now we can concentrate more on here, which is going to be the priority anyway for the next couple of years. So, thank you very much. Thanks for liking Instagram. Thanks for all of your encouragement and your comments. Take care, and bye-bye for now.